Fife Flyers TV, sponsored by the Bay Hotel, Fife's premier wedding venue.
Todd, a loss in the building, definitely not the start to this quarterfinal that you would have wanted.
Yeah, you're right. And I mean, I think that, you know, we came out in warm-up, the building was packed, the atmosphere was set. I thought that we came out, I thought we had a good start to the game as well. It was very physical. I mean, it was playoff hockey. You know, I got to give credit to Manchester. I thought they had a good game plan tonight, and I think that they have some very offensive, opportunistic players that took advantage of, you know, a number of mistakes tonight. You know, if I'm being honest, I think that we were probably the better team in the first, and I think we really pressed the issue in the third period, got that early one. But once again, it's tough when you're chasing the game. It's tough. However, you know, I certainly told the guys we've certainly been in some positions before, certainly with this squad, and we've had an aggregate final before. There's still a lot of hockey left to play. We got to go down to a very difficult building, a building that they've been very successful in, and we're just going to have to chip away.
That second period was the one where play didn't seem to go your way. You had a 5-on-3 for 2 minutes as well after a bit of a fight behind the goals.
Yeah, I had a brief discussion with Hutch on the bench, and that was the critical kind of make or break point. If we tie up the hockey game there, this place erupts and we feed off the energy for the rest of the way in. You know, we looked stagnant. You know, certainly for the first minute of it, we weren't moving the puck. We kind of refused to shoot off the pass, and we kind of made an impromptu change by putting Gauthier on the back. We knew he would shoot the puck, he did. Had a couple great shots, but you know, and I think that, you know, anybody who was watching the game tonight probably seen a lot of pucks laying around. I think that there were certainly opportunities there for us tonight. We have to be committed. We really asked our guys to drive through and stop on the paint tonight. I think we were swinging bit, and then when you start swinging past pucks and you start swinging past checks, it gives guys time and space. And ultimately, a team like Manchester didn't finish second place for no reason. They're an excellent hockey club, and they played well.
The atmosphere kind of died a little bit during the second period, but Dan Corelli came out at the start of the third period and really ignited the building again. Yeah,
it's something we discussed since we went down by a goal. We were just waiting for somebody to put one in the net, and we knew that the roof would lift off the place. It was obviously a little longer. I think if we would have got one of those ones that was sitting around the net in the first 7-8 minutes, everybody knows this is a formidable place, but if you score first, it makes it very difficult for your opponents to get back into the hockey game. It just wasn't that night for us offensively, and which is too bad. You know, sometimes we have such high expectations for these guys, and believe me, there's none higher than certainly the coaches in that room and certainly the players. It just didn't happen offensively tonight.
Could have done with Peter LeBlanc actually sort of burying that penalty shot that he got.
Yeah, he was very frustrated with himself. Pete's money. You know, he does what he does, and that's certainly one of his big strengths. You know, pulling one back at that point in the game with minute 40 left probably would have given us a huge boost, and you know, we go into the game just having to win a period or two. But you know, we're going to go down there. We'll adjust a few things. You know, I don't know if a ton needs adjusted. Just a few things that you know, we've already looked on the tape on a couple of the instances, and certainly seen the goals. The result of a couple defensive mistakes. That's something that we actually worked on all week, but we're still punished for.
You've got to go down to that Manchester building to play a team get at least 3 goals back against a team that finished second in the league for a reason. But it sounds like you're pretty confident that the boys are going to do that.
Yeah, I think anybody would be amiss to count this Flyers team out. You know, it's been such an exciting season for these guys. I mean, you'd be hard pressed to find a guy that thinks that we're done in that dressing room over there. There's 20 disappointed individuals, but by no means do they think they're out of it. We just got to go down. We got to regroup. They got to take care of themselves tonight, and we got to go in there with a positive frame of mind. It's tough to do. Mentally, that is tough to do, and certainly the first 5-6 minutes in that building are going to be indicative of how the game's going to go, and we have to be prepared for it.
And the guys got a good send-off from the crowd tonight as they left the ice for the final time. Incredible,
and I'm so glad they did, because we've seen crowds in this building be hard on teams before. Like I said, a game of hockey is a very difficult thing to predict. If you could bet on games and know the outcome, you'd be a very rich man. It's very difficult to predict what's going to happen in a game. Those guys deserve that support, and I think that, on the flip side of that, I think that the fellas have, for our last home game of the season, I think all year, they've given this crowd some very exciting times. They delivered the conference, and they felt upbeat and really confident going into this game. It doesn't always go the way you want it to, and the beauty about ice hockey is that we still got 60 minutes to play, and this team here is more than capable of winning a game on the road. We all know it's going to be a big ask, but certainly they believe they can do it in that dressing room.
And just finally, aside from tonight's game, we also heard that Ryan Dingle, former Flyers player, is hanging up his skates and retiring at the end of the season. Ryan was quite a big player for this team.
Huge player. We've had some incredible players, grace our jersey over the years. Ryan's got to be one of those guys that you'd put at the very top. Comes a bit of a surprise, probably, certainly to myself and a lot of people. Maybe, is he doing it smart? He's going out on top of his game. The guy's an incredible ambassador for not only the club he plays for, but the game in a whole. And it's probably not going to be the last you hear of Ryan Dingle.
Todd, thanks very much. We look forward to 60 more minutes of hockey tomorrow night.
Yeah, thank you.
The Bay Hotel, where your dream wedding becomes reality. Visit us at thebayhotel.net.